Hey, this is Zach S, and today I'm going to be doing a part 2 to the video where we had me show you how to build some baby statues such as the baby Herobrine / Steve, baby zombie, and baby creeper. Today I'm going to be showing you how to build a couple other ones, such as the skeleton, the Enderman, the wither skeleton, the Iron Golem, and just a custom. I'm gonna teach you how to do a custom one. So, let's get into the first one. I'm gonna start with the baby Enderman since it's more simple and more back to the basics, such as these first ones right here, the Herobrine / Steve and the zombie. So let's get into the video. Alright, so this one's pretty simple. If you didn't see the first video, I'd go check that out because it really will help for these next statues I'll be teaching you how to build. But you could go ahead and check that out for the baby statues of the creeper, zombie, and Steve / Herobrine. But I apologize for the downpour and those iron golems, but I made that one up myself. So if it doesn't look the best, but I had to borrow some help. But anyway, so let's get into making this Enderman here. First off, you're going to start with some black wool, and you're going to place 2 blocks, you're going to place 2 blocks of that 3 blocks apart, just like that. And then you're going to bring back both of those by 3. Just like that. And that's going to be our legs so far. Okay, so you can kind of see, makes it a little better having this complete one here so you can kind of see what we're doing. Then we're going to be working on the waist down. You're going to connect these 2 legs just like that. Okay, so you should have like a 5 block thing, a black wool, and then some things coming down here that are 3 blocks long. All right, and then you're going to, on this middle 3 right here, connecting the legs, you're just going to kind of do that. Bring each one of those blocks right there back. All right, and now you're going to build a layer on top of that. This is all with black wool. Okay, oops. All right. So that's the waist down, which if you saw the first video, you kind of remember what that was like for these guys. It was all kind of the same for those guys, but in this video, they get a little trickier and a little different. So, the Enderman, it's a little hard to tell how many blocks you're doing for his torso, so that's why I'm walking you through it, saying the waist down and stuff like that. So, now we're going to build on top of that 3 layers of just 2 by 3 rectangle here. Oops. Alright, so I'll let you pause and do that. Which, keep in mind, you can always pause or rewind in this video if I'm going a little too fast. Alright, so now we're going to be working on the arms. We're going to bring out kind of the shoulders right here on the front of his torso there, on the front layer there, if that makes sense. So now we kind of got like this t-shirt shape thing. And we're going to bring back what would be the sleeves of the t-shirt. We're going to bring them back 3 blocks of black wool. So they should be the exact same length as the legs, which is 4 blocks. So if you got the measurements wrong a little bit, you might want to fix that. Alright, so now we got like a headless Enderman here, and we're going to start working on the head. We're going to start right here on what would be like his biceps, sort of, with black wool. And we're going to connect them like this. Okay, so that would usually be like where his mouth is if he had a mouth, but really he doesn't, but you could see a lot of these do. So now we're going to bring back the edges here, 3 blocks, 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to connect them. All right, so now we're going to do that again. I'm going to do that next layer off camera so it goes quicker, and you can pause the video and do that as well. All right, so now we got we got a little bit of his head. You could tell we're gonna be working on the eyes next. So for this, you're gonna need pink wool and purple wool. Okay, so these two, I'll let you pause and get those. All right, so now with our pink wool, we're gonna go on his face, go like that on the edges. That's gonna be like the white of his eyes, but really it's pink on an Enderman. All right, so now you're gonna go with what would be like his irises or his pupils, I don't know, with some purple wool right there. And then you're going to take your black wool and fill in that gap. So now you're going to do the rest of the layer with black wool. All right, so now the next 2 layers are going to be just black wool, which also keep in mind to make it fireproof. I do it sometimes. For this, I just turned off fire spreads. I did that to make it look cooler because it's from the nether. But anyway, so to make it fireproof, if you're building it near any fire, you can build it with concrete instead of wool. A lot of these, or like pretty much all these colors that we're going to be using, have the same colors in concrete and turn out with almost the same result, maybe even a better result. It's more of a solid looking color. So yeah, we're going to do the next 2 layers of just black wool or black concrete. I wouldn't do 2 or like half of it black wool and half of it concrete, because then it would just look weird and you could tell the difference. All right, so now we got this hole in his head here, and we're gonna fill that up. It should be a 2x3 empty square on the top of his head. All right, so now we have 2 Endermans and a chicken for some reason, but yeah, so we got 2 baby Endermen here, and now you know how to build an Enderman. Probably the most simple one we'll be doing in this video, and it's gonna get a little harder from here. All right, so the next one we're gonna be doing is the skeleton. He's a little bit. The only thing that's a little bit tricky about him is his rib cage here, but is still pretty similar to the Enderman, Zombie, Steve, or Herobrine. So this one, it's a little harder to remember than the rest of them, but still, if you forget about it and you're trying to build it, you could learn. And I forgot completely how to build it, and I was just messing around trying to figure out how, and pretty sure this was like the best way I could do it. So let's get into it. All right, so now you're going to start with white wool. You could also do white concrete to make it fireproof, or hey, just a thought, you could even do it with like snow or some other white block, maybe iron blocks or something like that. I don't know, whatever you want to do. But it starts off basically the same as the other ones, just in white. We're gonna do 2 blocks, 2 white wool blocks, 3 blocks apart. And then you're going to bring it back three blocks. And then you're going to connect them and then do that same thing right there. But don't do that next layer on top. We're going to do something a little different and start the rib cage. All right, so now you take the middle, so this torso, this first layer of the torso, you're going to take the middle and the middle back part. You're going to build, let's see, hold on, I didn't think this one out, but we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do 4 blocks tall here. Just like that. So now you got his spine there. And you're going to skip a layer. You're going to do this. And you're going to skip another layer. And do that. Oh, not that. This. All right. So, now you're going to bring out these little things there and make ribs just like that. All right, so now this is where it gets a little tricky. We're gonna build off like this, and that's where the shoulders would be, as you can see on the Enderman. We did have a t-shirt-like shape, but on this we have a bit different of a shape here. But you're going to bring out those quote-unquote sleeves out 3 blocks to be the same length as the legs. And then you're going to be working on the head, which is it gets a little tricky since this rib cage part, there's just a thing you got to do to make it like, not like he's got a hollow, like you can see in his head. All right, so we're gonna build on top of his torso area a 2x3 block square of white wool, just like that. And then you're going to do black wool right there. Okay, and you can see that's his mouth. I don't know if you can see that, but then you're going to completely surround that first little white square we made with white wool, just like how I'm doing here. Make it where the mouth or black wool is part of the square around it, or rectangle. All right, so now you're going to just go on top of that perimeter of that rectangle around there with white wool. All right, so now we're going to be working on the eyes. So you're going to take your black wool again, and you're going to do this, just like how we did with the Enderman. And then you're going to do another block like that. So you see that's his eyes, all of them, except for the creeper, kind of have like a 2 block by 1 block. They've got 2 block by 1 block eyes. And, of course, like always, we fill in the gap with white wool. Alright, so now you're going to finish off that layer with white wool. Alright, now you're going to do the next 2 layers with white wool, and, of course, cap it off at the end because we don't want them to have a empty looking head. So I'm gonna do that off camera while I let you do that. So now we have a skeleton, but there's something missing. That's right, his bow. So we're going to need gray wool and brown wool for his bow. First off, we're going to go to his arm right here, and we're going to build off of it the gray wool. The gray wool. And now you're done with gray wool completely. You're going to build one block on top of that gray wool and one block under that gray wool with brown wool. All right, and now with brown wool, you're going to go diagonal from the top of it right there, and you're going to do the same with the bottom. All right, so now you have it. You got his bow in his left hand here, and his right hand on the left side of him. So now you have your skeleton complete. I mean, it's on the right side. Just don't get that confused with what I just said. I was looking at it like this. So, so now you got your baby skeleton and your baby Enderman. Let's move on to the baby wither skeleton, which is pretty similar to the baby skeleton. Let's get into it. All right, so the first thing you'll need for the wither skeleton is some black wool. Never mind what I did here. I just did that to make it look cool, like our first baby mob that's from the nether. So in this one, we're just going to, I just had this fire and nether brick and nether rack and stuff just to make it look cooler. But just ignore that. And if you wanted to do something like that, I'd turn off fire spreads, because even if you use concrete, we're going to be using some wood for this, and I don't really know of any other blocks that could be a substitute for it. So let's get into building it. Alright, so first you're going to need your black wool, and you're going to do the same thing with the other ones. 2 black wool blocks, 3 blocks apart. And, okay, Iron Golem, get out of here. Okay. Yeah, anyway, he'll burn. But, so we're going to, okay, he's too distracting. Please stand by. There, all gone. There. So, now we're going to take our black wool and drop both of these feet back 3 blocks. Alright, so now you got your legs. You're going to connect them with black wool and do this. Oh, not that. I'll do that. So basically the same first few steps of the Enderman. And now, as you may have guessed, we're going to be working on the rib cage again. So we're going to do that spine one more time. 4 blocks up of black wool. Okay, and then you're going to skip a block up. Oh, not 2 blocks. And do that. And then skip another block up. And do that. Okay, and then we're going to bring these out 1 block. Okay, cool. So now we're going to be working on those arms again. Make that sort of t-shirt shape. It was a t-shirt shape on here, but with that rib cage instead of just plain solid rectangle cube thing. But we're going to bring those out 3 blocks, just like the legs. It's got to be the same length. And then we're going to build on top of that rib cage, just like that. And then you're going to take your gray wool and you're going to build that off, just like how we did with the black and white on the skeleton. And then we're going to surround the rest with black wool. Alright, so now we're going to make the next layer all black wool. right? And then the horse is dying. Okay, all you horse lovers, just avert your eyes, and you're going to take your light gray wool. No, sorry, your gray wool, and you're going to build the eyes, 2 blocks just like that on the sides. And then you're going to take your black wool, fill in the gap, and then you're going to build the rest of the layer with black wool. Actually, the rest of the head with black wool. Oh. Alright, so you do 2 blocks up from the eyes, or 2 layers up from the eyes, and then you're going to fill in the gap there, or fill in the crater, that whole thing. So now another thing's missing, his stone sword. This time we are going to do it on his right arm again. Yeah, so we're going to do it on his right arm again. So let's do this. You're going to need some spruce planks, and you're going to build a diagonal shape on his hand there, just like that. Okay? And then you're going to take your gray wool again, and you're going to do another diagonal shape, just like that. And you're going to actually bring this out as a diagonal shape, 2 blocks, okay? Oh, just like that. And you're going to fill that in right there. So now you're going to take light gray wool and fill in the rest. So there you have it, the wither skeleton, the skeleton, and the Enderman. Now we're going to move on to doing this guy here. Hold on, just gotta fix this. Nothing happened. Okay, so yeah, we're going to be working on him, which, if you don't think he looks the best, like me, I just heard people say that it would look good and I should put it on this video, so you could skip ahead to when we're doing the custom one. So let's get into making the Iron Golem. For the Iron Golem, you kind of got to break the rules a bit by, well, first of all, we're using concrete and wool on the same building. I know, cringe. We're using a lot of different kinds of blocks on this. And the head is actually 1 layer taller than usual. That's because the eyes are 1 layer taller than usual, which, as you can see here, there's an Iron Golem over here, so his eyes are supposed to be like that. So yeah, he's got a lot of stuff going on his face. So yeah, we're going to just be working with this. He breaks a lot of the rules on this. The reason why I didn't do him first is because I wanted all the people who watched the last video to get get back into the moment and see what they're used to here with Enderman. But for this guy, he's a little different, but still, you can tell is part of the same group of mobs here, the baby mobs. So, yeah, let's get into building them. Alright, so the Iron Golem probably takes the most different kinds of blocks than any other ones I've ever had to do on here. But, yeah, so it's pretty weird. It's like completely different from these other guys, but at the same time almost exactly the same as the classic design. But yeah, let's just get into it, where you need light gray terracotta. And of course, you're going to do the feet there, 3 blocks apart. just like that. And hold on, I can see it's a little blurry for you guys. All right, so you're gonna do some light gray terracotta, 3 blocks apart, just like that. Sorry about that blurriness. I don't know why it's doing that, but I don't know if that's been doing that for the whole video. I just noticed. But then you're going to take your block of iron and you're going to bring back that 3 blocks. Okay? And then you're going to connect them with the block of iron, just like that. And then you're going to do that, just like so. And you're going to build on top of that, just like that, so that 2 by 3 square right there. You're going to build that up a couple more times. Let's see, 1, 2, yeah, we're gonna bring it up 3 more times. All right, so you should have a 5 block tall, 2 by 3 block thing here, 2 by 3 by 5 thing of iron blocks. And you're going to take that light gray terracotta, you're going to make the shoulders there, and you're going to bring it out with going to bring it out 3 blocks with the block of iron. And then this is where it gets a little different. Instead of leaving room for the mouth, he doesn't quite have a mouth. Let me show you. He doesn't really have a mouth going on there. So we're going to be working with something a little more simple. As surprising as it seems, the most complicated one of the day is more simple. We're just going to do that classic little square around the torso there, but only with block of iron. All right, so the next one, the whole face spot is going to be light gray terracotta. All right, and then you're going to bring this around with block of iron again. All right, and then you're going to build on the sides right here with red wool. And you're going to take your black wool and do that. And then fill in the gap there with block of iron. All right, so now you're going to bring that around again with, oh, I'm sorry, hold on. Okay, that last layer in the back, we're gonna be needing white terracotta. We're gonna do that. And on this layer, we're gonna bring back the irises, I guess, with block of iron, only 2 blocks. We're going to take our white concrete, build 5 blocks in the back, and then our next spot is going to be black wool. We're going to fill in that area just like that, and fill in the gap with block of iron, bring it back 1 block, fill in the rest with white concrete. All right, and now you're going to take gray terracotta, not light gray terracotta, gray terracotta, and you're going to do that whole face layer just with that. I know it looks pretty weird because we haven't added his nose yet, but then you're going to fill in the rest with white concrete. All right, and now the whole top layer is going to be white concrete. All right, so you should have something like this. You're going to take stone, and right here on his little eye bags in the middle, you're going to do that and bring it down 1, just like that. He's got a good Squidward villager nose going on there. Sorry, this might happen on your build, but for me it doesn't really irritate me. So now let's go into the details. Alright, so for this you're going to need moss carpet, and you're going to go on his leg right here, his right leg, and, well, if you're facing him this way, it's his left leg, but, and you're going to take the moss carpet and go like that, 2 blocks, right by his hips, okay? And then under that, sort of, right here, you're going to take vines and go like that. As you can see on the other one, he's got nothing else on his other leg. Now, we're going to take, right here by his armpit, on his right side again, we're going to place some vines going all the way down. Okay, and then we're going to take it right here in the middle, not quite up to the chin, but we're going to bring it down all the way. Alright, and now for his arms, it's a little weird, but it's on his left arm and not on his right arm. It seems like everything would be there, but as you can see for his right arm, not much. His left arm, a lot. So, yeah, so we're going to take the vines and we're going to do that all the way. Yeah, okay. So you're going to do that on his whole arm. Alright, so there's the Iron Golem. Now we're going to do a quick run through of the custom one. Alright, so here I built kind of the steps of how you'd build your character. You could build yourself, you could build a character from a movie, you could build really anything you want. I've done a couple other mobs before, but they weren't too good, but I tried to follow the same formula. I just put the best ones I think would be easy to learn and do into this video and the video before that. But you can see your legs, they're always going to be 1 block by 1 block by 4 blocks, just like that, 3 blocks apart. And then your lower waist down, so you can make pants or shorts or something. That one that I had labeled for the custom one by the Iron Golem was me, what I was wearing when I built that. So yeah, you just make your pants or whatever, connecting to the legs there. You could I've even made a baby before, and it just had like a diaper, just a baby human. And then for the waist up is like a 2 by 3 by 3 thing, or a 2 by 3 by 3 cube here, and you do that for like your shirt, whatever. If you're wearing long sleeves, you go 3 blocks onto the arms here. The arms are the same as the legs pretty much. If you're wearing short sleeves, just do 2, just like the Steve. So yeah, then you see you've had something like this, and then you build the head, you make the hair. You could look at the Steve, or even the Iron Golem kind of had the same kind of hair, the same formula for hair, and you'll see you end up with a head like that. You could do a bald, I don't know. And then if you wanted any accessories, so far in this video, I did a sword and a bow. So I just showed you how you do that with any materials you want for any of this. Let me just show you some examples for a couple custom ones I've made. So you can see this is just the custom ones. This is another one of me, what I was wearing at the time. I was just wearing some gray shorts, green shirt, and blonde with blue eyes. That's pretty much it. If you're a girl, you can mess around with the hair, do something like that. I don't know. You could even do accessories, like on here I tried to do sunglasses. I think it looks pretty good. Just a beach guy. Doing different kinds of wood for their skin tone. I did a guy in a onesie here, so you could kind of see that. And yeah, so you could really tell. It's super easy to make custom ones. A lot of those statues that I just showed in this video were ones that I made up. The other ones I watched from a YouTube video. Same with the 3 I did, well, 3.5 I did in the last video. But yeah, I hope you like making these. I hope it's easy for you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.